Can I drive with a burning smell? Well, I mean, you're driving down the road and you smell a burning smell. Should you stay in a house with the burning smell? I don't think you should. I think that if you're driving down the road in your vehicle, your truck, your car, whatever, if you walk out to your vehicle and it smells like it might be burning, um, I'm not confident getting into it. But a burning smell while driving is one of the easiest warnings to dismiss. I mean, the car's still running, no warning lights, no obvious loss of power, nothing that forces, the immediate decision other than the burning smell. But smells, they're, I don't know that they're ever random. They are just an early indicator showing us that, you know, you're fixing to have a breakdown, you're fixing to have something. I mean, think about it. So before a dash light, before a small issue that turns into a huge, stressful, monetarily expensive one, um, there's a lot of different things that can cause burning smells. And, if you have engine fluids that are leaking and they get onto the exhaust, I mean, it's definitely going to create a burning smell. Is it unsafe, dangerous? I hate those words. You put fluid on a hot surface, unless that fluid is water, and then water not on all hot surfaces is a good thing, but I mean, think about it. But you got oil-based fluids. Transmission fluid is oil-based. Oil is oil-based. Coolant is water-based. Brake fluid is water-based. Power steering fluid is oil-based. Think about it. So you got some serious oil-based fluids hanging out underneath your hood. I mean, think about that for a second. And it's hitting a hot surface. So if it's a water-based one, you're probably, unless the additives are flammable, you don't got to worry about it. Why take the chance? You've got, rubber components that can definitely be causing the smell. Electrical insulation. So if you get a short and the wires inside of the electrical installation start melting the electrical insulation, then we got a problem. And you can definitely have parts under excessive friction or load. So the smell itself is not a diagnosis. It's the signal that something deserves attention before conditions make it worse. Different smells point to different symptoms and different levels of urgency. If you're going to ignore the smell, it's probably going to backfire on you. So most drivers don't ignore the burning smells because it's not that you don't care. It's because the smell fades, the car still drives normally, there's no warning lights, life keeps moving. The problem is that many issues only surface under specific conditions: heat, traffic, highway speeds, hills, or after engine shutdown. When those conditions repeat, the underlying issue usually progresses. The real risk of delay isn't panic level danger, it's loss of control. Minor issues turning into larger failures, heat damaging nearby components that were fine, being forced into an urgent repair instead of a planned one. And if I can just take a minute right there, preventative maintenance is preventative maintenance because you're doing it while everything is still good. If you don't do preventative maintenance while everything is still good, then it's called a repair. You can plan preventative maintenance. Repairs, not normally. Normally the repair needs to be repaired, so you're not planning it. You're not in control of it, it's in control of you. You can be in control of maintenance because that way you can schedule the time to drop your car off. You can use Lyft and Uber. You can get friends and family. You can rent a car. You can take the city bus. You can do all kinds of things when it's planned, and you don't have to scramble trying to figure it out. But I hate that scrambling thing. I have tried to avoid it almost literally at all costs. So I'm a huge proponent of maintenance. You know, you get into some of the common causes of the burning smell. Oil burning on hot engine components. It smells sharp, acidic, and sometimes smoky. And it's often strongest after driving or when stopped. Cooling system or heat related issues. Coolant leaks, I mean, you can have it's a sweet or a chemical burning out. Okay. But it's normally sweet more than chemical. But again, if you have overheated or slipping belts, you're going to smell hot rubber. But it may come with squealing or chirping noises, but it doesn't always. Electrical overheating, that's the wiring insulation or electrical components overheating, smell plastic or electrical burn. And that is definitely one of the most urgent smells to investigate. Um, Definitely had a customer one time drove his vehicle into our lot, got out, the vehicle was filled with smoke. The smoke's coming out of the open door, and he collapses, and we basically have to keep him alive until the emergency, until the ambulance gets there and the emergency personnel take over. He lived. No noticeable difference, for the experience, other than, he definitely learned a very valuable lesson. That stuff will asphyxiate you. I mean, that wiring insulation has the capability of asphyxiating you. Don't. I mean, roll down the windows at the very least if you're going to keep driving. And I don't care how far away you are from your automotive repair shop. Stop the car, turn it off, get out of it. At the very minimum, at the very very minimum, your life's not worth it. And then of course you have brakes and or clutch overheating. And, that's definitely a burning odor that you're not going to be able you can't mistake that one. Can't mistake any one of them once you definitely know what you're smelling. You know, it's just literally don't mess with something on fire. Don't mess with something that has a burning smell. Because I mean, what's the old saying? Smoke before fire. Well, sometimes it happens pretty quick before one leads into the next pretty quickly. So the obvious thing is, is the burning smell ever normal? Sometimes briefly after repairs or heavy braking, reoccurring smells are definitely normal because there's definitely a break-in period. If you've just had a repair, a lot of the parts are painted and stuff, and it definitely can definitely make some different smells right after a repair, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then, what if the smell goes away? That usually means conditions changed, not that the issue was resolved. And then can traffic or weather make it worse? Oh, yeah, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Heat, stop and go driving, long idle times, are definitely, they can expose underlying problems big time. And is smoke always serious? Yeah, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Smoke means stop driving and investigate immediately. Where there's smoke, there can be fire. Should I wait for a warning light? No, 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 no. Smells often appear before sensors detect a problem. And you don't want the sensors to detect the problem after that point because it means that you got even bigger problems. Can I diagnose it, myself? Well, you can observe symptoms, but confirmation requires proper inspection beyond a shadow of a doubt. I mean, you have to know these simple little truisms. So better to be safe than sorry. And with that note, stay safe